Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mods 9 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got together, and I don't remember what it was we did. Oh, we done some work for our creative star. We got these two set up to be automated. We got our power stuff set up to be automated, and we got our wither builder set up. And it is it's just a going to town here. So we've got plenty of ether gas now. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to get into a bit of Draconic evolution. Actually, quite a bit of Draconic evolution. That is my plan, and it's going to storm. Always. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of crafting off camera. We've done the fusion crafting together. And then we'll just kind of go over all this stuff as we go. We're going to make the chest. We'll throw this up here. We've got our energy crystals. These things are actually really nice. It's just Draconic evolution's way of transferring energy from one place to another without having... It's like flux networks. I don't know what is going on with slime. I'm finding slime everywhere. But yeah, it's kind of Draconic's flux networks. But we're going to get our Draconic tier fusion injectors going. We've got plenty of awakened draconium now to be able to do this. And we are going to get all of our armor. This stuff is all crafted the same way. We start off with, well, that's just a bow, but diamond tier tools. We add the parts, energy controllers, draconium core, relay crystals, and that gives us all that. And like I said, these are all, the recipes are all the exact same till we get to the chest plate. And the chest plate, same recipe, pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and make everything Draconic tier. We've got the stuff to do it. So the only thing I don't have is one of these cores, and we will get to that. And then we've got to do a bunch of these modules. We're going to upgrade our energy ball. Basically, we're going to get everything done up into the chaotic tier stuff. We've got capacitors. This is just batteries. So yeah, I guess I need to start crafting. Alright, so first things first, we have all of our injectors crafted to the Draconic. And I did upgrade all of our ender gates to the nitro. So that quest is now complete. And we got our first Draconic core, which we'll get to eventually. So let's get in here. Our next bit of business is going to be to make our Draconic capacitor. That's that one. Wyvern capacitor. We're going to have to do... all of it has to be done with fusion crafting. Okay, well, everything is fusion crafting except for these relays. We'll get to that going. These guys we're going to need to do the other ones. I still may switch to some of these, but we shall see. Craft next. That 4. Beautiful. Quest complete. They give us some draconium ingots. And then our next bit of business, the Wyvern tier, we can actually do that. That's basic. That's Wyvern. And there's those guys. Awesome. That quest is complete. Alright, next up is going to be our chest. I'm going to need... Alright. I'll be back. There we go. We've got our draconium chest. And if we look in here, this thing has a ton of space. It's got a crafting grid in it. And it also has a furnace in it. If you give it a capacitor, we can set it up to auto smelt. We can set up filters for it. But it's an expensive chest, but it is a really nice chest to have. But I digress. We're ready to move on about our business. And our next bit of business is going to be to work. Let's get the Wyvern capacitor. This guy, we have no use for it because we have wireless power. I lost that. I need 4 controllers, 4 ingots. I've got 5 ingots on me. For these guys, I need just a Wyvern core. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and that should be everything we need. Alright. And so with this, we can't speed up the power transfer, but we can speed up the crafting with this. This does take modules to function. How? Press Shift C, and that is not working. Alright. Alright, I figured it out. It's not just... we can just hit C, not Shift C. Click on this guy, and this is where our modules go. We can put modules in this. It shows us the supported modules. And then we can place these. You can see they've got module size. So we can put whatever modules we want to in here as long as they will fit inside the squares. But without them, we can't do anything with it. So, but yeah, we really don't need it because, like I said, we've got the wireless. So let's get some tools made. Alright, so we're back. I have all of our Wyvern tier stuff made. Now, with the right modules, the Wyvern tier stuff is pretty well sufficient to get you through not all of, but through most of your playthrough. It's very powerful armor. It's very powerful tools. As long as you've got a source of power to keep them charged. And they don't use as much power as the big stuff does, but if you can get to it, they're well worth being made. We are beyond that. We don't have... We're in Skyblock, we're not fighting a whole lot of stuff. We are not mining a bunch of stuff, so it's done us no good to have any of this stuff. So, but now that we've got all this, we need to upgrade it to the Draconic tier. So, I've got to make some patterns. We need, I got recipes for everything else. We just need this guy here. And I'm ready to upgrade all these. Alright, we've got everything upgraded to the Draconic tier, and now we need our staff. which is, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got that. We're going to need one of our cores. We're going to need one of these guys. And I believe that's it. So we need our pickaxe, our axe. No. Pickaxe, shovel, and sword. Pickaxe, shovel, sword. This guy, 6 of these. And then we should need just our core. And so now our Draconic chess piece. That's not what I wanted to do. The chess pieces don't work like they used to. We've got to put our modules in here, but you can wear them with your armor. They're a bauble slot. It's more or less a shield now, more than it is just the armor that it used to be. So we can combine this with our mech suit, and tearing through our Chaos Dragon later will not be that bad to do. But we got all these quests that we need to complete now. There we go. And that give us a bunch of awakened stuff. Our axe can go up. We're going to keep the bow out and our staff out and this guy out. And these are going to be the 3 things that we work on upgrading. So we're going to need energy modules for this. The more energy, the more of these modules, the more energy we can store in. We're going to need energy tunnel. This is a 4x4. This we can only install 1, but this is the better the energy link or tunnel, the more OP it can transfer. This is for transferring energy. We're going to need, we don't necessarily need speed modules. Because we've already got speed, so we'll wait on that. Projectile damage we're going to need for our bow. Velocity we will need for our bow. Projectile penetration we will need for our bow. Projectile accuracy. And gravity compensation. We'll have to see what all we can actually put on there. Area of effect we're going to need. I don't care about that. Damage module we will need. Tree harvester I'm not worried about. Undying we're going to need. We're going to be getting into a bunch of potions. We're going to need the large shield, which means we'll need the small ones. Shield recovery. Maybe the shield control. We'll see. And I'm not worried about any of the other ones. Projectile immunity one I'm not worried about. Auto fire. Awesome. Our bow. Yeah, we'll see what we can't do with this. So, like I said, I've got some work to do. Alright, so first things first. I've got our Draconic bow done. We are doing. I've got it set for 54.8 attack damage. And if we look, I've got speed, 8 speed. I've got 8 of the projectile velocity. These we've got in here to they get to where they need to go quicker. So while we have a low base of accuracy, we can still, because it gets there quick, it compensates for it. We've got 3 energy modules. We got a auto fire. I did put some accuracy in here just to kind of help it some, and then I've got 3 base damage or projectile damage modules. This is giving us our base damage. We could probably do away with another one of these and add some more base damage to it and be alright, but I think for now that's what we're going to just leave it with. So that guy is done. We can get rid of all of that. Next up is to do our Staff of Power. Alright, so we're back. I've got the Staff of Power. If we come in here and look, we've got the AoE module in here, which does a 7x7 area of effect. That's come mining, which I don't have the mining on. So that 7x7 area of attack. Can we get a few of them together? No. Here we go. Well, nope, that didn't either. But we are doing 170 attack damage. And I just want to mess around. So we are going to see about killing us a Ender Dragon with our newly acquired tools. Options, music and sounds. Let's just turn that off. So I just want to kind of see what we've got. This will give us a good idea of we're going to have to go fight the Chaos Dragon here pretty soon. Actually, we're going to look at that here, not just in a second, but probably next episode. Not fighting the dragon, but there we go. So our accuracy's not bad. Let's just, yeah, we can just kill him without even catching him. Can I hit you with my staff? I can't even get close to you. That definitely makes that a whole lot easier. Not that it was really that hard to begin with, but yeah. What all did we get here? Just dropping the rest of it over here. So, but yeah, that just made that a lot quicker. Alright, so we're back. If we come in here and look, this is what I have done with my chest plate. This should take care of us come fighting the Chaos Dragon as far as some extra boost. We do need better armor, and we're going to worry about that maybe next episode. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do have a bunch of quests we need to complete. For some reason, we got Oh, we never made the Endergate Nitro. We have a Project E quest for Dragon's Breath. We need a Dragon's Breath for one of the modules. And everything else, we'll just collect all of these because I'm not going to sit and do every one of them that I did. So that gives us a bunch of Draconic stuff, a few Nether Stars. Awesome. So I've got one more thing that I want to do, which is going to be, let's go ahead and set up a recipe for these, just because we're going to need them. Just to complete the quest. We're going to update our ball. This guy's been sitting here. We're not making any power to put in it. It's not taking any power. We're going to go ahead and upgrade it to the higher tiers. So first things first is I'm going to need 16 more, though. We'll just do 20. $36 of those. That should, yeah, that completes that one, and we'll complete that one. We're going to need 178 redstone blocks. Let's go ahead and craft up 400 because we're going to need it for the next one. And that completes both of these guys. And we can move on about our business of doing the final tier here. So, for the final tier, we are going to need 786 draconian blocks and 378 draconic. I need blocks. We needed 738. No. Dang it. 378. So that would be 347. 347. We've got everything we need for that. Beautiful. There we go. Now, for the, we need 786. Yeah, I had to go math that. It's way too early for me. Even though it's not, I'm on vacation. So we'll need that. Then once we get all this crafted, we're going to have to come out a couple of blocks on our, these should be alright. These we're going to have to come out at least one, if not two. So sitting here trying to figure out why it was taking so long to make those, and I realized I never did change the recipe from using the draconium dust. So now we need to shut this guy off. We are 1, 2, 3. We've got to go out one. Let's get us cobblestone will be just fine. 2 should be enough. And then we're going to hope, where did that go? I am going to hope that those don't have to be moved. If we do, then oh well, we'll do it. There we go. So yeah, let me get this done. I'll be back. Alright, so here we go. We got our building. We're going to hope that that is enough space. And we're going to hope I got everything moved out of the way. I did move these guys back. Oh, it is going to be close. I think it's just one outside layer of awakened. But we're going to have problems if this ain't right. Activate. And we should... We've got energy stored in here, but why are we not getting energy? Do I have these backwards? Are they too far away? No, there we go. And now we should be able to get... Alright. Everything's back on. Everything's running. Everything's good to go. This basically holds an infinite amount of energy. It's like a ridiculous amount. It's whatever the integer is. But yeah, it will just keep filling and filling and filling. So, but we've got those quests complete. That gives us a ultimate energy cube, which we really don't need. All this other stuff can go up. And now, wait, there's one more thing we need to do for. And it's not a quest. It should be a quest. Let's go back in here. I want to make... the dislocator, and then I want to make this guy. We want to make our advanced dislocator. I like having these. So we're going to need 3 ender pearls. One, two, three. We're going to need some draconium. And I'm going to need a wyvern core, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's it. I love this guy. Not that we have a whole lot of spots of going anywhere. 4. 1, 2, 3. And our core. But this gets us the ability to get back home without using any power. Not that we're using much power with that guy. But we can set this up for multiple spots. And I don't have to keep running back and forth to everywhere. So we can set this stat like is really, really low, and we can't even get underneath it. Why is it not orange? That's just right there in the way. But I love it. Alright, anyways, we can set this, add new. We want to change this to, let's see, add new. No, trash. Can we not change? what it is anymore. Well, that's fine. There we go. And you get this right back here. And I wish there was a way of changing that. Used to be that you could put in the home. But we can do that. We can come in here. We can go to the end. Add new. Really? That was annoying. All right, anyways, we're done. I'm just messing around now. We got all the way to our chaotic tier stuff. We've got ways of generating more power, or not ways of ways of storing more power. We're going to need that when we get into our mechanism stuff. And with that, anyways, with that, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.